Hello everyone, my name is Dale Danker, TW Local 514 President here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's Tuesday evening, July 28th, around 9:40 p.m. here Central Time. I wanted to make this short video and try to get some information out to you that we've been trying. Gary Scheibel and Raleigh Reeves. Raleigh Reeves, the president, TW Local President 567. Gary Scheibel, Local President, TW Local 591. We've been working closely together to try to figure out through the 3,200 numbers that the company said that they're going to issue WARN notices to, what that means for M&R, MLS, MCT groups that we represent. We've been through a lot, about 5 years of negotiating, finally get to a contract, we get to vote on it, then we get to deal with airplanes being set down over this COVID-19. Just recently had to try to figure out how to lose a week's pay and move it from, you're not going to get it paid here, but you get it paid at the end of your career. Paid current to pay in the arrears issues is still haunting a few of our members. And we've just recently started the challenge of the new rebid process in the contract that we have now, which is a huge change for us here in Tulsa. But all that aside, now we're here trying to make available to you Mark Lober, who's our TW local retirement counselor, that when you get ready to retire, you can go see Mark, and we'll try to help you figure out what the best way for you to transition from being an active employee, receiving a weekly or bi-weekly paycheck, to what your retirement savings and what your frozen pension and Social Security, and he tries to help you get all that, but here figured out and how to get to your health care. So we've had him out on the base a couple of times today, answering questions about the company's early out offer, which they've rolled out, and an extension of leave of absence. Was going to be close of business Friday the 31st that you had to sign up. They've extended that to August the 5th to hopefully give everybody a little bit more time to take a look at something that's going to change your life forever if you leave this company. And I'm hopeful that if you choose that, you've got all your questions answered and you've talked it over with your family if you have one, and you're comfortable about making the decision. Because if you make that decision, what we're getting ready to talk about, it will it'll hopefully lower the impact numbers on those that are just starting off in their career. And so I can put this paper down and quit fiddling with it and talk to you about what I've written up here on the board. We know that the company said they were going to send out 3,200 WARN notices. Some states, California, Chicago is not a state, feels like it, doesn't it? California, Illinois, New York, I believe those three states have the WARN Notice Act says that in those states you have to send the notification to the individual person. In our state here in Oklahoma, I'm told that it's a notification that the company gives to the union reps, and then if the union chooses to try to individually notify the 3,200 affected in the states other than Illinois, California, and Chicago, then they will sort through that. And so Raleigh and Gary and I, we've been asking Gary Peterson, can we have the individual numbers? Can we have the numbers to our respective locals? So we've been given those numbers, and I'm probably going to get chastised for this, and maybe Scheibel is too, and maybe Raleigh is as well. But as Gary Peterson's trying to work with the company to get the names and get the email addresses so he can work in the international to get the information. I just feel like we have been given some numbers. They may not be 100% accurate, but they do fit the 3,200 number that the company said that they were going to go ahead and send the notices out to. Now they, in some of the explanations I've heard, said that they send out about 3 times as many warn notices as to who they think might be impacted. With the bump and roll, somebody might choose to bump and roll, somebody might choose to go to the street rather than move to another station. So they get the number up to where they know that if worst case scenario rolls around, they've sent out enough warn notifications. I'm told that in Chicago, the company has already been sending out warn notices to those union members up there. So it's starting to happen, and I feel like, even though I'm told that what I was given was confidential, it's time for me to say damn the torpedoes and share this information with you. So for here in Tulsa, if you take the 3,200, you break that down into the stations, and then you back up from the bottom of the seniority list to what the impact would be. Again, these are not 100% verified numbers. It's a swag at this number, so it's not the end all be all, and that's why we don't typically like to share stuff until we are 100% certain and have the facts. But it's there's a lot of new guys here, and they're nervous, rightfully so. I want people to be able to prepare. Even if you have to prepare for something that's terrible, the more time you have to prepare, the better you can prepare. So I'm sharing the numbers that I have. It might change, and I'll share that. The AMT, I'm told 562 notices. We don't know if the notices that are going to go out to the bottom 562 AMTs. I haven't got that answer. But I know for Tulsa, what I've been told is the warning notification that fits this 3,200 for Tulsa. It's 562 AMTs, 151 OSMs, it's 50 cleaners, 113 facilities maintenance, 1 MSP, 61 MLS, that's total 938. And I don't know if my camera, I'm doing this by myself, I don't know if my camera panned over here wide enough, but it also is going to send, get 34 notifications, or just 34 notifications to the representing union of the MCTs, maintenance control technicians, that 514 represents some of those down south at Dallas. So 562 AMTs, 151 OSM, 50 cleaners, facilities maintenance 113, 1 MSP, 61 MLS. These numbers are, I can't imagine that they would change the notification, but keep in mind, the company offered the early out. There's the leave of absence program that they've got. They've extended that. And ultimately, the number that would be impacted not only here in Tulsa, but at all the other surrounding stations is the number of early outs that go, I believe, I'm told, will directly impact the number of layoffs that would happen here in Tulsa. So it just seems like we never really get a chance to get to good news. It's always making videos, and it's something that seems like it's always negative. But if I have the information, I'm going to share it with you. So I'll get off, and I'm sure the phone will start ringing tomorrow about these numbers. I can't tell you when and if you'll get the individual notification, but you should be able to go to the seniority list. And I talked to Al Ball, our IT guy that is posting the seniority list on our website, and he believes that if you should be able to go up 61 MLSs and see You might have to go up a long ways to get to it, but you can see where the 61 sit. You can see obviously where the one MSP sits. You can go up the seniority list from the bottom, 113 spots in Tulsa. You might have to go up 300 spots to catch the 113 Tulsa, but you back up into it from the bottom and hit the guys that's in Tulsa. You know, if you got enough time and this early out can take care of you, or you see somebody that's taking an early out, and some of those guys, I've talked to them, they're pretty nervous about it, but they're going to try it. You know, good for those guys, and go shake their hand and tell them thank you, because a lot of people here in Tulsa have been impacted by layoffs over the years, and you know, I sure hate to see these new guys have to hit what some of us here in Tulsa have had to hit. So I'm gonna let you go. Good evening. Thank you.